Hello and welcome back to Johnnie Bennie Campus News, your go-to channel for updates on campus life and events. I'm Ben Bugby.
And I'm Daisha Gray. This week we will take a look at a clip from an event from Wednesday from Capitol Hill to Collegeville. We had an interesting interview with Johnnie alumni Mark Kennedy, who served as a U.S. Congressman from Minnesota from 2001 to 2007. He also was the 23rd president of the University of Colorado and led George Washington University's Graduate School of Political Management.
That's right, Daisha. We also will be taking a look at this weekend's weather and what's going on in the CSB SJU sports world over spring break and after. Our producers had a wonderful time filming this week on site. So with that, let's start and take a look with our clip from the Mark Kennedy event.
My name is Mark Kennedy, class of 79. Came from Pequot Lakes, Minnesota to come here at St. John's Lubbock. So I am one of 7 kids, all 7 of which are first-generation college graduates, all 7 of which went to St. John's St. Ben's. So from here, I went on to 25-year career in business, 3 terms in Congress representing Minnesota in Congress, including St. John's. From there, I spent a decade in academia, was president of the University of North Dakota, and then I'm president emeritus at the University of Colorado. I'm now at a think tank called the Wilson Center, where I run an institute on strategic competition. My favorite memory was the room next door on 2nd Mary, throwing something out at the rugby players as they were coming in the door, and I had the room right above it. The person who threw it had their door locked. I told my roommate he was not smart enough to keep the door locked. So the rugby players had me halfway out the window when thankfully a floor mate who was a rugby player came and said, "Hey, Kennedy's a good guy," so they didn't throw me out the window of 2nd Mary's. Well, I would say the best way to prepare for leadership roles is to practice as a leader here on campus. There's lots of different programs you can join. You can lead, you can get involved in. McCarthy Center, which is sponsoring the event here, is just one of many. You don't get that many chances to actually step forward as a young person to do that. The other thing I would say is the best experience, the most responsibility you'll ever get is being right out of college, taking a year or 2 and being a staffer on the Hill in Washington. It's amazing. Staff runs Washington. Young people they dive into so many different topics. They have a lot of responsibilities. I would encourage students to consider that.
What a great experience to hear from Mark. Our clip will also be on Instagram for those interested. Thank you to the McCarthy Center for making it all possible.
Absolutely. Next, we're going to move on and take a look at this weekend's weather report. We're excited to see Paula back at the studio doing weather for us this week. For those hanging out around campus or nearby the area, we'll take a look at the weather in the Collegeville and St. Joe area for today and the rest of the weekend. Over to you, Paula, for our weekend weather report.
Hello, Bennies and Johnnies, and welcome back to the weekend report for St. Joe and Collegeville. So let's take a look at what's ahead. Friday will be mild with a high of 69 degrees and partly sunny skies. There's a 30% chance of rain during the day, but by Friday night, rain is likely with possible thunderstorms before 4 a.m. Winds will shift to the northeast after midnight, and temperatures will drop to a low of 33 degrees. On Saturday, the high will be at 42 degrees with rain in the morning that will transition to snow by the afternoon as temperatures drop to around 31 degrees. Winds will pick up, gusting up to 35 miles per hour, and patchy blowing snow could cause visibility issues. Expect a 90% chance of rain with snowfall continuing into the evening. By Saturday night, things calm down a bit, but it is still windy and cold with a low of 15 degrees and a 30% chance of snow. Sunday brings clear skies and sun, though it will be much colder with a high of just 32 degrees. Winds will be from the northwest at 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. And by Sunday night, the temperatures will drop to 20 degrees. It's going to be a wild weekend of weather swings, so be ready for anything. Thank you for tuning in to the weather report. I'm Paula, and now back to you, Ben and Daisha.
Thank you, Paula, for giving us another weekend weather report. We hope you are able to get outside wherever you may be over this spring break.
Next, we're going to move over to Chloe and Olivia to get the sports rundown. We'll take a look at those competing over spring break, coming off of some big wins, which we are excited to see how our CSB SJU sports teams do as we continue forward. Daisha, it looks like there are a lot of teams that are going to be traveling out of state this week. So let's hear more. Over to you, Chloe and Olivia.
Thanks, Ben and Daisha. Welcome back to Sports Roundup.
This week we'll cover all the athletic events that are going on during spring break.
This weekend, 5 St. John's track and field athletes who qualified for the 2025 NCAA Division III Indoor Track and Field Championships head to Rochester, New York to compete March 14th today and March 15th. Congratulations on making it to the championship and best of luck to the 5 athletes competing.
SJU baseball has a packed schedule over spring break with 9 games during the week, all taking place in Florida. Last Friday, they secured a win 15-2 over Rockford University to start off their trip to Arizona. The Johnnies, who are currently 4-2, scored 2 runs or more in each of the first 4 innings and totaled 17 hits in their game against Rockford. Good luck in Florida next week.
Johnnie Tennis also has an intense week of competition ahead of them, traveling to the Orlando area for 5 matches over spring break. Last Sunday, March 9th, St. John's Tennis opened conference play with a tight loss to St. Olaf, 5-4. Sophomores Alex Drager and Sam Molden combined for 3 of the Johnnies' 4 points, and junior Josh Peterson provided SJU's other win at number 5 singles.
CSB Tennis will join SJU Tennis in the Orlando area, competing in 6 matches of their own. They currently have only competed in 1 match this season, so they hope to get their first win in 2025 next week. CSB Lacrosse just had a great game against rival Hamlin on Wednesday, March 12th. They delivered an impressive 23-4 non-conference victory. First-year Ava Mosley and junior Sammy Hackley both scored 5 goals and earned 3 assists each. The team outshot Hamlin 52-13, including a first-half advantage of 31-7. This win allowed them to keep their 5-0 win streak over Hamlin. The women's lacrosse team will have some time to really enjoy this win, as they don't compete again until Wednesday, March 26th in River Falls, Wisconsin for their first WIAC game in history.
Safe travels to all of our athletes competing over the break.
That's all we have. Back to you, Ben and Daisha.
Thank you to Chloe and Olivia for giving us an update on sports. As always, good luck to our athletes and keep up the incredible work.
Next, an announcement for students who will be on campus at any time over spring break. Funded by the CSB Senate and the Nutrition Department, there will be snack packs available today from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at both Alcuin and Clemens libraries. Gluten-free options are also available.
Good job, everyone who has already participated in the Healthy Mind Survey. Reminder that you need to complete this survey before Saturday the 15th to be entered for these great prizes. Some of the top prizes include a Delta voucher, a TV, an iPad, 2 parking permits, and more. Make sure to participate in the survey so we can improve our campus's overall health.
With that, we wrap up another episode of Campus News.
Your ongoing support is crucial, so make sure to let your friends know where they can stay up to date on the latest with Johnnie Bennie Campus News. Also be sure to check out our Instagram at CSB_SJU_JB Media for short clips of our featured segments and behind-the-scenes photos and updates.
We appreciate your viewership. Join us again next week for the latest in campus updates, sports updates, noteworthy news, and upcoming events.
That's right, Daisha. Lots of updates coming down the pike. With that, we hope you have a great weekend. I'm Ben Bugby.
And I'm Taisha Gray. We'll see you next time.
Have an amazing spring break.